to update and kind of revamp the earlier parsing tutorial I posted. So real quick, let's get this out of the way. Go ahead and smack that like button like it owes you money. Gut punch the sub and make sure you ring the bell icon so that you're updated whenever we post something new. All right, now that that's out of the way, let's get this started. So this is a parsing basics vid that will apply to all DPS classes. Now we will go over the items that affect your parse outcome, but we will not go into detail on things like skills and gear. So please post up in the DPS help on the Devil's Advocates Discord for more in-depth info on skills and gear. Now that said, with this Champion Point 2.0 patch dropping, we realize a lot of you out there will be going ahead and parsing this week. So here is a starting point to get you guys headed in the right direction. So what is parsing? Parsing is a chance for you to see your max damage output without any in-game mechs getting in your way. Now it is done on a 21 mil trial dummy that you can see behind me, and you can see somebody's parsing, and that can be found at our guild house. Now here are the major items that are going to affect your parse outcome. Number one, we got skills. Number two is gear. Number three is champion points. Number four is rotation. Now before you guys all have a conniption fit, also spell and weapon potions should be used, as well as parsing food that buffs your dominant resource. You will not need a food that buffs your health. You may be asking yourself, hey, Infecta, where do I get these spell and weapon potions, you know? Well, that's an easy one because you can get it from multiple places. Now first, you can buy them from guild traders. You can make them with maxed out crafter by using cornflower, lady smock, and water hyacinth. Or lastly, you can go ahead and buy them in stacks with alliance, the major capital cities for each of the alliances. Skills. So for example, you want to make sure that you have the right skills on your bar for your parse. Now this is the base for your rotation. Be sure that you don't have skills that buff stats that are already being buffed on your gear or your bar from other skills, and unless they stack. Now you want them to stack. Now you don't want a 10% crit boost, for example, on a skill and a piece of armor if it doesn't stack, as one will be wasted. So go ahead and take that skill off your bar and you run something else. Now again, go ahead and post up on DPS help and our Discord for more specific info on what skills you should be running. Alright, so that's going to take us to our gear. Now gear is also very important. Now, you're going to want to run and equip gear that maximizes your damage output. Now this may or may not be the same sets of gear that you run in a trial or dungeon, since actual damage mitigation is not going to be an issue. And the same holds true for your skills. Now, I'll give you an example. Yesterday I was parsing here. I was using Mother Sorrow and Medusa. Did a parse, didn't like my numbers, did it again, hated my numbers even more, switched some things around, started running Sororia instead of Mother Sorrow, and it upped my parse by about 10k. Extreme example, and it worked for me. It may not work for you. I'm not saying it worked for everybody, but it did help me out. So go ahead and play around with it and see what you can do. Now also, gold out your gear if you can afford to. Every little bit is going to help you out. Now if you haven't figured it out by now, if you need more info on specific sets, go ahead and post up in Discord. We've got some information on some gear sets you should be running. Now that's going to lead us to the champion points. Alright, here we are with the new CP 2.0. Now on this, you're gonna want to go ahead. This is the only item that you guys have partially under your control. Now you can go ahead and respec to max out your damage output, but you can't make CP magically appear if you don't already have it. So right now you can go ahead and respec for free. Now be sure that with the new CP 2.0 warfare tree, that all of your points are in damage dealing nodes and not in damage mitigation nodes like quick recovery, as you can see here, or as you can see here, I should say, or let's say elemental aegis or hardy or any of these. You want to make sure that you're maximizing your damage output. Now that's going to lead us over to your rotation. Now on rotation, you want to go ahead and up your parse numbers right here and now. You guys want to get those gaudy numbers. Get your rotation down pat with no mistakes. Now that is the best way to max out your DPS numbers. It's also the most time consuming and tedious. Now look, I still make mistakes when I'm parsing, but I got a pro tip for you guys. So go ahead, DA crew, listen up. To learn your rotation, start at one of the smaller 6 mil dummies that are on the left and right of our 21 mil dummy. Your rotation super slow with your attack weaving. Now after you master it at a slow speed, slowly increase your speed. Now you're training yourself to do your rotation through muscle memory. It's really going to help you out. Now that's about it. Now if you have any questions, go on our Discord and post up under DPS help, or you can always DM me personally and I'll be doing my best to help you out there. So go ahead, please click that like button, subscribe, and sign up for notification. Thanks you guys for watching, DA crew. Now get out there and kill some shit.